The stars are pretty when the sky falls. Won't you come by my side? I'll get away, but I don't wanna fall. I flush my drinks down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My wrist flash like a disco ball. I dance like I don't give a fuck. I flush my drinks down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My wrist flash like a disco ball.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you so much again for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about Masaya Hostel in Medellin and my personal experience there. I vlogged the entire trip. So I spent 9 days at the Masaya Hostel. It was an amazing experience. I highly recommend it, but I'm going to show you why. So come watch my room tour video of when I first checked in. This is our first impression of the hostel as well. Unreal hostel. Got here on a Friday night. And like, took the elevator up to our room. When you do take the elevator up, keep in mind you need your key card. You got to tap it on the scanny thing, and that gives you access to your specific floor that your room is on. You can't access other floors. The only other floors you can access with that is the second floor where the co-working space is and the rooftop. But weirdly, that only goes for the elevator because you could still take the stairwell and you can access any of the other floors like that. So it's kind of redundant that the elevator doesn't let you access it. Lights, washroom, gorgeous. It's got a big walk-in shower, huge mirror, and then body-size mirror here. Here is big windows, city view, massive king-size bed. What else we got here? And this is my view of all of Medellin right now. See the entire mountainside. I'll get a better one with the lights off later. And just parties downstairs. Also, I just want to cover off, it's got a nice little area to keep all my clothes and stuff in. So I'm gonna sort that out in 2 seconds. And also, TV on the wall. And I love the aesthetics of this room. It's very like rustic modern. Really, really high ceilings too. In this corner, some water and water glasses. I think they have chocolate in this as well. It's pretty sweet.
Alright, so update, this TV also works. And someone, thankfully, left their Netflix sign in on it, so just been chilling watching that sometimes.
So some things that I really enjoyed about the hostel, the food was amazing. On the rooftop, they prepare fresh food. There's also a restaurant downstairs where you can also order a meal and you can eat it on one of the 3 different levels of the rooftop. I didn't have a single bad meal at the restaurant. One of my favorite things to order was the chicken Caesar salad. Couldn't go wrong. It was refreshing on a good day. You got your protein, you got your healthy veggies. It was great. They also have a fully stocked bar upstairs and downstairs, so you can order most of the drinks you want. So when you order food on the rooftop, what they do is they make you pay after. You order your food first. Once your food's brought to you, then you pay. The food is great, the staff is very friendly, and the rooftop itself had some of the best views of all of Medellin. You can see all the buildings of the city, day or nighttime. You can see them going up the mountains. You can see them lit up at night. And on December 1st, we actually saw a lot of fireworks because it's a big celebration day in Colombia. So we had a really, really nice view of fireworks throughout the entire city. There's also activities to do there every night. They host dance classes, I think on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So there's different classes. There's bachata, salsa, and I can't remember the last one. It's either dancehall or merengue or something to that effect. And while I'm by no way an expert at any of those dancing styles, I did learn a couple moves. They also host a language exchange, which I thought was really cool. I can't remember what day that's on. I think it might be on a Wednesday. But that's something I missed out on that I really want to go to, so I only caught the tail end of it. I went downstairs on the main floor, that's where they host it, by the restaurant there, and there were so many people, it was packed. It seemed like it would have been a great way to make new friends, network, socialize, all the above. So when I do go back to Medellin in 2025, I do plan on checking that out. Another thing I really enjoyed about the Masaya Hostel is that you meet so many cool people. I made a lot of friends there. Some people I definitely still keep in contact with, even though I'm back home now. And you can learn so much from people from different backgrounds, different countries, different ways of living. The other thing I will praise Masaya for is the accommodations. The rooms are very nice, they're very clean, very comfortable. My room had AC, so even when it was blazing hot outside, I was still nice and cool inside my room. And the shower is very spacious. You could fit like 4-5 people in that shower. Not that that's what happened. And they had hot water. It's also a very central location. So the Masaya Hostel is located about a 13-minute walk from Provenza, which is a district where everyone goes out in, parties, socializes during the evening hours, and there's a lot of nice restaurants there as well.
So this is where the Masaya Hostel is, right over here, and this is Provenza. So if you're looking for a nightlife experience in Colombia, this is a place to go. It has all the bars, the clubs, the restaurants, like some really good spots to see. This is it, and it's about a 13-minute walk any which way.
Also, another really cool thing about the Masaya Hostel, right next door to the hostel is a Spanish school. So if you don't know a lot of Spanish, you're looking to learn it, and you plan on exploring South America for a while, or even if you're not there for that long, you just have a passion for the language, you can go right downstairs. There is a Spanish school next door. I made some friends who were taking Spanish classes at that Spanish school, and even though I've been trying to learn Spanish for about a year now, their Spanish was getting just as good as mine. So one of the events that the Masaya Hostel has, which I thought was really cool, are cooking classes. So on the rooftop, there's a kitchen that also works as a communal kitchen. They have a chef come up for these cooking classes. The chef makes food, and you can actually try the food for free during the cooking class. One of the areas in my video that I was unable to capture because I thought I had more time and kept putting it off was the co-working space. It's located on the second floor of the hostel, and by the time I checked out, I realized that I didn't have access to it anymore because I already had my key card in, so I couldn't go and do a tour, and there's no one that I knew that was awake who could kind of let me into the co-working space on the second floor, so I was unable to film it. As most hostels do nowadays, one thing that the Masaya offers are excursions that you can book directly at the hostel. So near the reception desk, they do have a tour desk. And they have a whole bunch of different tours where you can book from. I did 2 tours through them. I did the paragliding tour, and I also did the Guatape tour. Both of them were a really good time, highly recommended, and the prices are not unreasonable. The only times where it's not as nice is when it's raining, because the rooftop is 3 different levels, and the upper 2 are inaccessible when it's raining, as well as the patio area where the pool is. The only area that you can access is the first level of the rooftop, where the ping pong tables are, the restaurant, bar, as well as the communal kitchen. While we were there though, it didn't rain for long, it cleared up very shortly, and everyone was back up to enjoying the rest of the rooftop. So the Masaya also offers a laundry service with a 24-hour turnaround period. So what they do is you go to the front desk, they give you a bag to put your clothes in, they also give you this little invoice slip, and there's a carbon copy attached to the back of it. And what you have to do with that is you have to note all the different types of clothing you have, pants, shirts, socks, underwear, whatever it may be, and then you list the number of those clothings on the right hand side. You bring all that down to front desk. It wasn't overly expensive. I thought it was reasonable, but keep in mind if you do have very, very nice clothes, that what they warn you about is the heat setting. So they do dry it at a very high heat. Keep that in mind if you don't want any clothes to shrink or get damaged. I used it. I was happy about it. My clothes didn't, like, I didn't notice any shrinkage or damage on my clothes. I got all my clothes back. Everything was accounted for. So, yeah, I had no issues with laundry service. And while the Masaya Hostel is great and it has its pros, there are some cons that I noticed about it. So, certain days of the week, the rooftop does shut down at 10 p.m., which is like pretty early, especially when, you know, you want to go, you want to have a good time. And I think that's from like Monday to Thursday or Sunday to Thursday. But there are the other days of the week from, I believe it's either Thursday to Sunday or Thursday to Saturday, where it's open until midnight, so you get to stay out a little later. And the bars and everything in Provenza shut down around 4 p.m. on a little after party, you just go down there. And on some of the busier nights, they get a DJ. I believe they had a DJ on Sunday night in the following video, and music is great. So one of the other cons I did find about the Masaya is the vibe in terms of like partying on the rooftop and at the Masaya wasn't like some of the other hostels. So if you're looking for more of a party vibe, check out the Viajero hostel. So we went there just to see what it was like. We made some friends who were staying at the hostel, and they had a lot of stuff going on. Like their rooftop was packed every single night. Definitely more of a social vibe. Not saying that the Masaya is not a social vibe, but the Viajero is like on another level. All right, my DJI mic died, so the rest of this is going to be done through the mic on my Osmo Pocket 3. Okay, so one of my favorite places to spend time was on the rooftop, so come with me for a tour of the rooftop itself. They have a ping pong table nearby. A lot of people like to play ping pong. Sometimes the ball would actually go over the railing. So this is a communal kitchen area. I saw a lot of people using the communal kitchen, cooking their own food instead of buying food. They also have a little arcade machine. You do need coins, I believe, to work that. So make sure you carry a lot of change. One thing I want to try was the ice cream there. They have a little ice cream freezer right by the bar. I didn't get to try it, but when I go back in 2025, definitely gonna try it out. On the first level, they do have a decent amount of lounging and seating area. The majority of lounging seating area is located on the second level of the rooftop. All right, to the left here, you have your bar area. There's a lot of bar seating around it, and this is where you order your drinks from. You can also order from the servers who are walking around the entire rooftop, or you can go directly there, and right above it, you have a beautiful skylight and a net on top of that, so people lay on top of there from the second level of the rooftop, and it looks really nice at nighttime. I can't stress that enough. Just make sure you're not wearing skirts or dresses when you're up there. And here we have the pool area. You have a small wading pool to the right and your main pool to the left. The main pool is more on the colder side, and it's very refreshing to go in there when it's super hot out. Walking up these steps, it leads you to the second level of the 3-level rooftop. So this area that we're heading to right now is like the social lounging area. This is where there's more seating and you have a better view of all of Medellin around you because it is a 360-degree view rooftop. This is where you access the net area if you want to lay down, chill on there, and you have a whole balcony, and this is really beautiful because it overlooks the pool area and everything below it, and there's a little ladder which you can climb onto to get to the net area. It holds a lot of weight, a lot of people, so don't worry about falling. And yeah, you see the mountains in the background. It's absolutely stunning. At nighttime you can actually see stars, which is surprising considering how much of the city you're in. I remember
remember there was one night we had so many people with us where we actually had to combine two of these bench table sections together just so we can accommodate everybody. But there is additional seating all along this side, and if you are with a large group, this is probably the best spot to go to on the rooftop. And another thing I love about it, the wall art. If you walk up these steps here, you get some additional seating and an even better view of all of Medellin around you. It looks really beautiful at nighttime. And to your left, if you go up these stairs, you actually access the hot tub. The hot tub does get a little warmer throughout the evening. I think that's how it's set, so it's not as hot during the day, but at nighttime they change the settings. And down here you also have some washrooms, so you don't have to go to your room all the time to use a washroom for basic stuff. They also have showers in here as well, which is really convenient to have on the 8th floor. So to stay at the Masaya, there's two ways you can book it. If you want the shared accommodations, I would book it through Hostel World, but if you want your private accommodations, I would book it through Expedia. And these are the prices of what it's going to be like if you go for a week. So let's say if I was to go from January 20th until January 26th for one guest. So here's an overview of the Masaya, and here's different dorm style accommodations you can get. So you can get an 8-bed mixed dorm suite, you can get an 8-bed all-female dorm suite, you can get a 6-bed mixed dorm ensuite, or you can go for a 4-bed. So obviously the 8-bedroom ones are going to be a little cheaper, and the 4-bedroom ones are going to be a little bit more expensive. And compared to typical hostels, the Masaya is a little bit more expensive, and I'll show you why. Compared to typical hostels, the Masaya is a little bit more expensive, but it does offer really good amenities, great food, good staff, and it's very centrally located. So a typical shared accommodation looks something like this. So you have your pod, almost capsule style bed area. You have a shared washroom amongst everybody in your suite, and you have lockers to put stuff in. So what I liked about these is that you actually have a balcony to step out on. And typical house rules, so you can check in at 3 p.m. I don't know if I have early check-in or not, and you can check out at 11 a.m. You do get charged extra if you overstay that time. Oh, also keep in mind that if you do have a shared accommodation, you do not have included towels, so you do have to BYOT, bring your own towel. They also let you rent it for a fee from the front desk. So when I went to another hostel and we had to rent towels, it was about 40,000 pesos. There's also always somebody at the front desk in case you need anything at any time of the day. And if you are a digital nomad, the Masaya does have a co-working space, free Wi-Fi, and free internet access. So moving over to Expedia, so you can see some of the private accommodations. So this is what I had. I had the standard double and twin room. It cost me way more than this actually, because I went during the December month and it was a lot more expensive, a lot more events and stuff going on, so they jack up the prices of the room. But it does come with a beautiful king size bed, as well as air conditioning in your room. So now taking a look at the superior double or twin room. So this comes with a chair, a little bit more space. You also have your own balcony to walk out on, and it's a king size bed as well. So moving over to the suite, it looks something like this. So with the suite, you have more of a lounge area. You have your own terrace balcony to walk out on. It still comes with AC. You have your own bathroom, washroom. It's about 50% more expensive than the standard room. But to be honest, you're barely going to spend any time in your room anyways. The only time you're going to be there is when you're sleeping. So if you're someone who's out and about and you don't carry a lot of luggage with you when you're traveling, where you can't fit it into the locker for the shared accommodations, I would suggest just going for a standard double or twin room. It is nice having your own washroom. When you do travel and you stay at a hostel, what you're really paying for when you get your own room is the washroom. And also not getting bothered by other guests at the odd times of the night. Sometimes if you're sharing an accommodation and you have a shared room and someone wants to walk in at 7 a.m. or come home like really early in the morning around 2-3 a.m. from a night out, it does get annoying being woken up. But if you don't mind that and you're on a budget, definitely go for the shared accommodations. However, if you want a bit more privacy and you want to cough up a little more for the private washroom, then definitely go for the standard room. I really don't see any point going as far as getting a suite or a junior suite with its own terrace. And everybody, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did find it valuable, please make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to comment and subscribe for future content if you're interested. Thank you.